I just wanted to say something real quick because I see a lot of my friends here, and a lot of people in here is actually established in the music business and entertainment world as well. So I know it's a mixed crowd here, and I want to say something just to everybody and tell you just real quick about the journey that's been more passionate to me lately. Well, my father passed away about 3 years ago, and my dad used to always tell me, you know, that it's important to be, being successful is cool, but you really want to be significant. And everybody in this room is successful in some shape, form, or fashion. But the quest to becoming significant is really what it's all about, you know, to where when we leave here, we can't take the plaques with us, we can't take the money with us, but it's the legacy we leave behind. And that stuck to me, and it got to a point in my music career to where I was like, okay, this is cool, you know, but it was a void that needed to be felt. So what I ended up doing, it hit me. I was like, you know, I went and got honored at some award show in Alabama, and a guy named Charles Steele was there, the former president of the SCLC, Martin Luther King organization. And he got up there in a room full of goons and pimps and everything else and said, on behalf of Martin Luther King, myself, and my generation, I apologize to all of you for not passing the torch. And there's a lot that we can learn from you guys and vice versa. And it hit me then. I said, you know what? That's it. Because our generation, we're so busy chasing the money right now that we're not doing anything for these kids. But we always talk about how the old school cats don't share opportunities with us and how they just gonna take it to the grave with them, you know? And it's like, it's up to us to do something about it. And so what I did was I really took a major sacrifice. I took 1.5 years off of music. Right after I finished the T.I. Jay-Z record, I just took off. And I spent my own money, and I sat down and I was like, okay, how can I help these kids? Because I noticed from going with T.I. and everything else, we would go and talk to these kids at schools, and we may uplift the kid, but when we leave, then what? And I was like, you know what? We need a blueprint. So I sat down and I said, what do these kids need? They need patience. They need self-determination. They need to know what self-love is. They need to watch the company they keep. They need to know not to make excuses in life, how to deal with losing loved ones. Most of all, patience. They gotta get that together. And when I got done, I had 12 topics. And then I went and started just, it was just God sent. I mean, I never would have imagined writing a book. More or less, I ain't even like reading. You know, it got to a point to where it just was coming out of me, and I realized the journey that I went through musically was the things that helped me get all of this stuff across. And when I say that, not about comparing it to the music business, but more so the struggle that we all go through and the journey to make it to the next level, and how the smoke screen that's around us to where we know where we want to go, but then there's always some kind of obstacle, and this is wrong, and this is wrong, and it just clouds us to what we can't see. And the walk on faith is to keep moving forward, but sometimes we get caught up in that smoke screen. And that's what happens to those kids right now. The neighborhoods, the things they're going through makes them, it's so much smoke around them, they don't know what to do. So within that desperation, they do the crazy impatient stuff that gets them into the problems there and now. And so I was like, you know what? It was those times where I was sleeping in my car and it was cold outside, and I may want to cut the heat on, but that would have messed my gas money up to get to work. And I'm sitting back and I'm just, everything in me wants to down me, but then it's like, you know what? Nah, this is it. This is me, and that was really when I got in tune with myself more than anything and realized that all you need is yourself. And if you can persevere and continue to walk on faith, then everything else, you know, that smoke will get past. And when you walk through that smoke and see that you can make it through it, then everything else is a walk through the park. And that's what's happening with these kids now. It's in 4 states. This is my book, Bridge the Gap. I made a lot of pictures because, you know, these kids, you know, it has to be colorful. So I made it like a magazine feel, but at the same time, it's a situation to where I produced a song for every chapter. So for each chapter, they learn through the music. And as well as that, I also created a full curriculum, state standard. So the grade point averages have went up 3 points. The office referrals dropped 41%. And it's going to be a blessing. So thank you. So my thing to everybody in here is, on your road to success, please also focus on being significant. And Bridge the Gap is a tool for anybody, and anybody who has a cause or anybody that's trying to reach anyone. This is proven, it's working, and that's my calling, and that's what I'm here for. So thank you.